governments to create a better world? What is our responsibility and how urgent is this?
Well, first of all, I think, if I could just posit, you said something that was nice. You said I seem to be less negative. I had lunch with the first President Bush not very long ago. I try to see him every summer. And the people around there were joking. They said, you were the only person at either convention that said something nice about the Bush family.
Yeah.
But
you have to work together.
I think, you know, most Europeans think President George W. Bush was wrong to go into Iraq. And I think that's an accurate assessment that, you know, the intelligence was flawed and we should have let the weapons inspector finish. But he did do PEPFAR, which has saved millions of lives. So I think it's a mistake to treat everybody as all good or all bad and to demonize them. It's far better to bring people together and think about what we're going to do tomorrow. So that's, first I would say that. When I work with people today in America, they're almost as likely to be Republicans as Democrats. I don't know. But they're all focused on getting something done. So I think that if you look at the whole history of decision-making process, there are lots of data on this. How do companies make decisions? How do societies make decisions? Nobody's right all the time. And there is wisdom in crowds of committed people. You need different perspectives. People need to learn to listen to each other across the divides. Nobody's right all the time. So what I try to do is, anyway, to create this mindset that our goal should always be to actually get something done, and what advertisers can do is to grease the wheels. That is the same thing that the Dutch postcode lottery does here, or that I do at my foundation. You try to figure out how to try something that will achieve an agreed upon end faster, cheaper, better. And I think you have to communicate. If you're advertising for a private company, you have to communicate that it is worth some considered risk to do things that may not have a payout every 3 months or every 6 months, but over the life cycle of a product, the life cycle of a service, and certainly over the life of a company that intends to be around a long time. These are the kinds of things that have to be done if you're going to triumph in the 21st century world.
The reason we invited you was indeed that our title, our theme today is how creativity can change, and I think will change the world. Do you agree that that is possible, that private corporations and creativity can change the world?
Yeah, you've got to build it into your whole business model.
It's necessary.
Yes.
To survive.
Yes, but I think in order to do it, you have to have some tolerance for error and some tolerance for failure. For example, I don't know if you followed how closely you followed the American election.
Very close.
But they just beat the living daylights out of the Obama administration because a couple of the loans they made to green energy companies failed. And one of them in particular failed because it was a new technology in solar power which dramatically increased the efficiency of solar cells, but even more dramatically increased the cost. And we know all electronic products are expensive when they first come out and drop rapidly in price as the volume of sales go up, right? I mean, everything's like that. So what happened is, after this loan was made, the Chinese came in and, surprising everyone, increased the subsidies in the solar market by another $32 billion in a year and bankrupted some of their own companies. So everybody said, okay, it's a failure, shut it down. Well, I think you have to, if you want to institutionalize creativity, you have to have some risk-taking on the R&D side especially. And we have to condition shareholders employees and citizens to this in the private and public sectors. We have to be more, we said, look, we're going into a new world here. We have to figure out, I mean, all the climate scientists say we need to reduce greenhouse gas emissions 80% below their 2000 levels by 2050. Nothing like this has ever been done since the Industrial Revolution. Can we do it? I think we can, actually.